Arizona. We're gonna legalize it.
This segment of the Safer Dave Show is sponsored by Uncle Herb's Health Center in Payson, Arizona, where patients can get their edibles at wholesale price. Find out more information about Uncle Herb's Health Center dispensary at uncleherbshealthcenter.com. Again, that was uncleherbshealthcenter.com. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Safer Dave Show at SaferArizona.com, Arizona's cannabis legalization activist webcasting network. I'm your host, Dave Wisniewski. Folks, today we're going to have a great show. We're going to go over the updates of the two competing campaigns to legalize marijuana in Arizona. We're going to go over some of the history of those two campaigns, where they came from and how they got to where they're at right now. And then we're going to talk about the Southwest Cannabis Conference and Expo that just happened. It was an awesome event. There was some drama, some words got thrown around, got it on tape. We're going to take a look at it, dissect it, talk about it later. But just so you understand what's going on in the Southwest Cannabis Conference little spiel we had, why there is any drama, we kind of got to go over the history of the two competing campaigns. But how these two competing campaigns are doing right now? Well, we have the Marijuana Policy Project, which is based out of Washington, D.C. It is an out-of-state corporate investor-driven initiative. They're looking at about 100,000 signatures right now, and we need about 153,000 to get any ballot on any initiative on the ballot. The competing campaign is the Arizonans for Mindful Regulation, and we're looking at over 25,000 signatures right now. So in comparison, we're actually catching up. The AZFMR versus the Marijuana Policy Project, just recently, they were 10 times the amount of signatures that we have. Now they're only 4 times the amount. So we're catching up, we're gaining speed, we're gaining momentum. You can help out the Arizona grassroots movement at legalizemarijuanainarizona.org. So there's two campaigns, like I was talking about, and I get a lot from different people. They're like, why can't we just have one campaign? Why can't you guys work together and have one combined compromised effort? Well, there's good reason we've tried that. We tried that long and for a very long time. Safer Arizona was negotiating with the Marijuana Policy Project, but this is kind of like where I got to get into some of the history. So gather around, children, and let Safer Dave tell you a story about some cannabis legalization in Arizona. So, without further ado, Marijuana Policy Project. A lot of people know about them. They gave us our Medical Marijuana Act. The reason why we have medical marijuana in Arizona was because the Marijuana Policy Project in 2010 came and put an initiative in, Prop 203. The people voted on it, it passed, and now we have it. Well, in that law, it wasn't written in the law, but the way the legislators reviewed the Prop 203, it looked to them that there was a 25-mile provision that would deny people grow rights if they lived within 25 miles of a dispensary. So this is what we know as the 25-mile law, and the MPP gets blamed for the 25-mile law. So we don't want something like that to happen again. I mean, what it does is, when the medical marijuana law first came in, there were no dispensaries, and everybody had their grow rights. The patient can grow 12 plants, and it was a good time. People were donating medicine, and people were getting the help they needed, or a lot of them were. I mean, 12 plants is not a lot for some conditions. Sometimes people need more than 12 plants, but it was good times, apparently. I wasn't here. I was in the Army when this was going on, so I got back in 2014. Besides that, so the dispensary started showing up, and all these people who were authorized to cultivate now became criminals. It would have been a felony for these people to continue growing. And so the ones that did, they got caught and they ended up going to jail, and it was a tragedy, people getting arrested and busted all over the place. And so no one liked this 25-mile rule. It turns patients into criminals. It doesn't allow them to treat themselves, and it causes so much havoc in the lives of the good people. So people have a bitter taste in their mouth for the Marijuana Policy Project because of this, and they didn't want them to do this to us again. We felt, ripped off with the 25-mile rule, and we didn't want that to happen again. So what happened was Safer Arizona was a political action committee. Originally founded by myself, Dave Wisniewski, Robert Clark of Tucson, Arizona, and Dennis Bulkey. Dennis was writing an initiative to put in the 2013 year for the 2014 election to legalize cannabis in 2014. I found him right before he submit his initiative, and we teamed up. We called the whole campaign Safer Arizona. I was in South Korea at the time, so I couldn't be a part of the political action committee. It was Dennis Bulkey and Robert Clark. Dennis Bulkey was the treasurer. Robert Clark was the chairman. They filed an initiative to get cannabis legalization on the 2014 election ballot, and Safer Arizona as a political action committee was born. It started off as a protest crew. I don't know if anyone's ever heard the story of how I started Safer Arizona just to get these shirts out, and then it ended up being affiliated with a ballot initiative. So we tried for 2014. Obviously, we don't have legal marijuana now, so we didn't get it on the ballot. We sent out about enough petitions for free to the volunteer to collect about 75% of the 240,000 petition signatures we needed, but we only got about 7% of them back. We were very poor at tracking, and we didn't really get a whole lot of the volunteers to return those petitions back to us. We're doing a lot better this year with the tracking. It's you got to hit up Jason Madar or Jason Hine to get petitions. You can contact them at legalizemarijuanainarizona.org. So moving forward, we did not get on the ballot, but we knew the MPP had plans to get an initiative for the 2016 election ballot. So right away, right when we couldn't achieve the 2014 election ballot, we reached the Marijuana Policy Project. We wanted to contact them. We say, okay, we know you guys are coming. You got an initiative. Well, these are the things that Arizonans need to have a real initiative. And if we don't get these things, we're going to have to butt heads with you guys. And the things that we were demanding were obviously grow rights, parental rights, DUI provisions that were fair, industrial hemp, post-conviction relief, defelonization. I think I already said industrial hemp. Well, so MPP was like, okay, yeah, we'll talk to you. So we were negotiating for several months, and we were getting some leeway. They put in the fair DUI laws. They put in the industrial hemp. They put in the parental rights. So those things were getting put in, and then they gave us some sort of weird grow rights, and it was a very small amount, and we were like, okay, well, this isn't really that great because you're still missing the post-conviction relief. And what that means is when we legalize marijuana, the people who are stuck in jail for marijuana offenses who were arrested before it was made legal, they will get an opportunity to get out of jail. We wanted that in the Marijuana Policy Project's initiative. Well, they wouldn't put that in there, and then they even yanked out the grow rights that they had in there. It wasn't even really rights. It was more like a grow license at that time. Well, they yanked that anyways, and we were livid. We're like, we can't get anything, and they're not even giving us grow rights. Well, they told us that they were pretty much slaves to the highest bidder. If we had millions and millions of dollars to give to them, we could write what we want in the bill, but we didn't have that kind of money. As a matter of fact, we even tried to get that kind of money. Michael Weisser, the treasurer, hit up Gregg Levindowski, who had investors, and had asked him for $5 million, but was denied the money, and so we weren't able to write our own initiatives for 2016. But we did get a couple of things in. But when they took those grow rights out, we had a meeting, all the different activist organizations. We came together and formed a group called the Cannabis Consumer Coalition, one name to represent all the little groups, and we decided that we need to figure out who's responsible for yanking these grow rights. Well, Andrew Myers told Michael Weisser, myself, and Robert Clark that Marijuana Policy Project was funded by select dispensaries in the industry, as well supported by law enforcement type. Now, I don't know exactly what he meant by supported by law enforcement type, but it sounds like to me that they're getting money from law enforcement, but that's another story. regardless, they told us that they had to yank the grow rights, but these dispensaries were saying, no, we don't want you to be able to have grow rights. And so we found out which dispensaries were supporting the marijuana policy project, and we launched a boycott, an online boycott. We hit their social media, their Facebook pages, we hit their Yelps, their Instagrams, and right away we're getting phone calls saying, hey, we support grow rights, we support grow rights. And, we were trying to come to terms with some of these dispensaries, but other ones, they wouldn't talk to us. But after that boycott, they threw back in those 6 plants. So now the MPP has 6 plants of home cultivation allowed for adults if your locality doesn't consider it a nuisance. So yes, if the marijuana policy project's law passes, you may get 6 plants if your city allows it, but the city can say no, it's a nuisance, and not allow you to have 6 plants and no one will have grow rights. Well, continuing forward, when it comes down to what happened at the Southwest Cannabis Conference, I was thinking I didn't like this initiative at all. I didn't see an upswelling of support to run our own initiative at that point in time. So I was thinking, okay, we're stuck with the MPP. We need to do something for 2018. We need to get an initiative that fixes all the weird things that are horrible with the MPP's initiative, and then, make it right in 2018. That was my mentality until I saw the uprising of Arizonans for mindful regulation. There was a group of people I already knew that come up together, and they're like, we think we can do this. We have enough support that we've built over time. We filed an initiative. We can get our initiative on the ballot. We don't need the marijuana policy project. Thank you for coming, but we can do this ourselves. So I saw that, and I'm like, man, I want to be with those guys, because those guys had an initiative that gave us those things we needed. It gave us the grow rights. It gave us the defelonization. It gave us the post-conviction relief. It gave us the fair DUI laws, industrial hemp, parental rights, all those things we were fighting for. This one had. And so myself, Robert Clark, we went to the AZFMR side, and we told Mikel Weisser, you know what? You're supporting marijuana policy project, that's fine. If you're going to do that, you're fired. You are not part of Safer Arizona, because Safer Arizona is supporting Arizonans for mindful regulation. So that was the split off between Mikel Weisser and Safer Arizona. So he went to go hang out with the MPP guys. I don't know what he did over there. And other people that had went to go hang out with the MPP was another group, which I don't know if you can call it a group. It's called Mom Force AZ, and I think it's just Kathy Inman. But she goes by a couple names. She goes by Mom Force. And then she also goes by Arizonans for Safe Access. I think there's another one. So she's got a lot of different names. But Kathy Inman, she's got a little bit of a following in the elderly community, running around, doing a good job educating elderly people on cannabis. She was one of those who went off with the Marijuana Policy Project to support their initiative. And it might be because her son-in-law is Andrew Myers, who was very deeply involved in the Prop 203 initiative. So there might be some family ties there. But regardless, she went on that direction. Mikel Weisser went that direction, but that seemed to be about it. All the other activist groups, the actual activist groups, all formed with Arizonans for Mindful Regulation, and we launched. We went gun-ho. We went forward. So reason I wanted to give you guys that kind of a background is because, we were negotiating with the MPP. We tried, I think it was for about 6 months, we were talking with them, trying to talk them down from doing something dumb like getting this horrible jailbait initiative running around with pothole felonies everywhere. Just to kind of give you a brief example of why so many people are against the Marijuana Policy Project's initiative. For one, obvious reason, they're calling their campaign to regulate marijuana like alcohol. Well, that would be cool if they were actually regulating it like alcohol. But in Arizona, if you sell alcohol without a liquor license, that's a Class 2 misdemeanor. That's just a fine. Well, under the MPP's initiative, if you're selling marijuana without a license, it's still a Class 4 felony with mandatory prison time, and you get no protections once you break the law. See, what's going on here is the Arizonans for Mindful Regulation initiative actually removes our prohibition. Our prohibition in Arizona is ARS 13-3405. The AZFMR initiative removes that prohibition and replaces it with legalization. The Marijuana Policy Project's initiative does not remove ARS 13-3405. It leaves it right where it is. So they're not repealing prohibition. Prohibition is staying. What they're doing is they're laying an incremental regulation on top of prohibition. So everything covered under their law is cool, but as soon as you break the law or fall off, it goes back to the still existing prohibition. And once you break the law, it's like the legalization never existed. You have zero protections. So they're going to give you 6 plants to grow. Well, they don't talk about 7 plants. So your 7th plant's going to be a class 4 felony with mandatory prison time. They say you can have 5 grams of concentrates. Well, your 6th gram of concentrates a class 4 felony with mandatory prison time. So you got 1 extra gram of concentrates, and you're not just going to jail, you're going to prison, man, and you're going to be a felon. You're going to be a convicted felon for something that you thought was legal. I thought this was legal. No, they're legalizing very small amounts, and anything above that is still a horrible threshold of felonies all over the place. So with that in mind, they're trying to say it's like alcohol. I just gave you an example with the sales without a marijuana license. Let's talk about availability. So alcohol, there's 1,600 retail outlets in the state of Arizona. And so if you want to be like alcohol, you would expect to have about the same amount of availability, 1,600 retail outlets. Well, we're going from about 100 dispensaries now to 160 in the MPP's initiative. So that's not really a meaningful increase of availability. So what you're going to happen is once it's legalized, you're going to go from 80,000 patients who are legal to carry right now, you're going to go from 80,000 to about 3 million legal adults. Overnight. It will be overnight. And you're not even going to have those dispensaries set up, not even a meaningful increase. The black market's going to step in naturally, and it's going to thrive. But wait, that black market is still felonized just as much as it is today, just as much as it was 10 years ago, because prohibition's been around for a while. So you're going to have an increase in the black market, and then the cops, with those felonies still in place, they're going to have incentive to continue hunting down cannabis users and putting them in jail. So the felonies, it gives cops a reason to mess with us. There's going to be a harder felony activity with the increase in demand. And then, some people aren't going to get arrested for simple possession. So it's going to be like an illusion. Oh, some people aren't getting arrested for holding it, but then the activity of sales and cultivation is going to increase. And that's where the money's made, because those felonies are higher felonies. So you're going to end up paying more, doing longer sentences, and then the prison industrial complex ends up thriving because of the MPP's jailbait marijuana initiative. So we're just like, whoa, we don't want this stuff. So there's a lot of patients very passionate about no MPP, and they want to see the Arizonans for Mindful Regulation pass. That's kind of like why I'm moving into what happened here at the Southwest Cannabis Conference. So I'm going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Southwest Cannabis Conference, go over all the cool things that went on. We're going to see the drama, break that down, and we're going to have a good day at the end, because everything turned out really good at the end of the day. See you when we come back.
This segment of the Safer Dave Show is sponsored by Uncle Herb's Health Center in Payson, Arizona, where patients can get their edibles at wholesale price. Find out more information about Uncle Herb's Health Center dispensary at uncleherbshealthcenter.com. Again, that was uncleherbshealthcenter.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dave Wisniewski with SaferArizona.com with a quick tutorial on how you can help us end cannabis prohibition in Arizona from your desktop, laptop, or your smartphone device. Check this out. What we're doing is we're trying to expand our broadcast footprint from our Facebook page, Safer Arizona Facebook page. It's facebook.com/SaferAZ. Now, what kind of helps a little bit is if you share our page on your feed. It does help a little bit, but to be honest, it does almost nothing to get more people to like your page and follow it. But what really helps, what is extremely effective, is if you go over here to the left, on the bottom where it says invite friends to like this page, you click that, and what it's going to do, it's going to populate an interface with all your friends, and you can go right down the list. Invite, invite, invite. Now, there is no invite all. You have to go one at a time, and it does take time. To be honest, I've spent days on this inviting lots of friends to lots of different pages, and if you see, they're all great because I've invited all 4,000 of my friends, and sometimes if you have that many friends, it'll take you like an hour or two to do this all. But please, please do this. This is what helps the most. So what we're asking is to go to that invite friends to like page, click them all down the list, invite all of your friends, and then over here we're at the bottom right where it says send invites, you click that, it'll send the invites to your friend, and that simple little task expands our footprint and does so much more than just sharing it on Facebook. So yes, please share it on Facebook, that does help, but this is where the money's at. This is where we get the gold, in the invite page. So come on, help us out and expand the SaferArizona.com footprint and help us reach more people. The more people that know about us, the better chances we have to end cannabis prohibition in Arizona. Thank you.
And we are back with the Safer Dave Show at SaferArizona.com. I'm your host, Dave Wisniewski. So I went over to the Southwest Cannabis Conference and Expo. Had a great time. Here's a little bit of footage from the Expo, just so you guys can kind of see what was kind of going on over there. We had a lot of people from the industry, pretty much. Here we go.
What's up, man? Good to see you.
How are you, brother?
Good, thank you.
Come back and see me. I got a fun story to tell you.
Hell yeah, man, I will. Excuse me. Howdy, doing all right? How many booths do you have here?
Dude, I haven't even seen you in person, so it seems like I'm meeting a celebrity or something.
You met me a while back though, the Face
I
Cannabis
know.
Coalition.
It's just I've seen videos and stuff.
Yeah, I'm working on the Safer Dave Show. Haven't done it in a couple weeks, but do another one right now. There's the mom force. Howdy, partner.
We got it.
Arizona Cannabis Society. This dispensary rocks. Howdy. Howdy, guys. Pretty great.
How you doing, man?
What's up, man? Good to see you. Just running around, doing my rounds. I'm here. Looks pretty sweet. Howdy. What's up? I'm Dave.
Let's take a photo with you guys.
Alrighty, cool.
Here.
Cool.
What's up, man? You just walking around?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make my rounds. I'm only gonna be here for like 2 hours.
See, why not 4?
Because my parking meter's gonna run out. I don't want to give a ticket. Saturn, bro.
Ready, and go.
Follow that guy. Whatever. Huh? Yeah, I did it one time, but I look kind of weird. I think my hair needs to be longer, I think. But anyways.
Need a pile.
What's up, man? How's it going? Ernie. Ernie, oh yeah. Pretty good. Doing all right, just running around, checking everything out. This place is pretty awesome, but I don't have a lot of time to be here because my parking meter's running out. I love this place. Hi, Uncle Herbs. Mary Jane. Whoa!
Yo, what's up, dude?
Just walked right past it.
How you doing, man?
Pretty great. Just doing my rounds, seeing everybody, saying hi, doing a long shot.
What's up, Dave?
Good seeing you.
You too, buddy.
Howdy.
Armando, hip to be hip. Good to see you,
Good to see you, man. Thanks for. Nothing much. What's up, brother? Howdy. What's up? I'm Dave.
Chris with American Green.
Oh, hey.
We've met a million.
I think so, yeah.
1,000 times.
What do you guys got going on over here?
We're in a couple of different booths. We've got our LED that was rated
Oh, yeah.
by High Times.
Yeah, we had that at Hempel Farms.
Yeah. High Times reviewed it #1.
Cool.
LED on the market. So basically, we got 2 other booths displaying our light.
Nice.
So it's always winner.
Cool.
Michael, Sylvia, and I were actually just asking about you. We're like, how come Dave's not here?
Yeah, I got a lot going on. I was trying to bring a guest, but it didn't work out, so I ended up being all late. And I can't even stay for very long because I got a parking meter. It's a 2-hour thing.
Oh, no.
So I'm here running around saying hi to everybody, and then do a little show, and then I gotta leave.
Well, go make a presence, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy the...
All right.
So I was running around taking a lot of video, and I saw a lot of old friends over there. I saw friends Uncle Herb's Health Center. I saw Arizona Cannabis Society, Mary Jane's Smokeware. There was a whole lot of friends out there and a lot of new faces I'd never seen before. It was cool to learn about, what's going on in the industry and what other people from even other states can bring to our Arizona cannabis industry. And I even saw Carlos Alfaro from the Marijuana Policy Project. It was kind of cool to see him. I don't like his initiative at all, but he had a smiling face and had a few friendly words to say. But he never really, talked any crap about us. He was just, I'm gonna do my thing because I'm doing my thing, kind of thing. Whatever, do your thing, I suppose. But so coming over to the Norml in Arizona booth. There seemed to be some drama. Well, this is the way I understood what was going on before we get into the drama. I was told by Robert Dabber Clark that he had heard that Safer Arizona was supposed to have a booth there. Well, Mr. Rory had tried to reach out to me about being a part of the expo before the event, and I tried to give him a call, but I never was able to touch base with him, so I was never actually able to, confirm the Safer booth, but apparently it was supposed to be trying to get set up, but we didn't actually have it in the books yet. It didn't have the exhibitor passes. Well, moving forward, kind of lost my train of thought here. Right. So Robert Clark, he's like, okay, I'm saying if there's a Safer booth, Robert, go ahead and secure it and start collecting signatures out of it, because Safer Arizona and AZFMR were the same people, were the same group. So yeah, AZFMR can stand at the Safer Arizona booth. Well, he decides to set up right next to the Norml in Arizona booth, which was collecting the Marijuana Policy Project signatures. And so we had AZFMR and MPP collecting signatures side by side. And I didn't think it would be so much of a big deal, but when I get there it is, old Mikel Weisser, former treasurer of Safer Arizona. He's just talking about, you guys are squatting next to us, squatting, whatever that means. And I guess some words were exchanged, and they were not in the best terms. And Mikel's threatening to start throwing us out because they weren't getting along. So I'm like, okay, we're not here to be rude. We're here to be professional, and we're here to collect signatures, get legalization on the election ballot. So he's like, okay, I'll let you stay here as long as you guys aren't being rude or anything. Well, so I start setting up to get my camera and stuff out, and old buddy Gregg Levindowski, he'd recently had his house outside of the 25 miles raided by 60 cops in up-armored vehicles. I don't know if you remember me telling you about the story about a month or so ago, but he comes up to Mikel Weisser really upset, really passionate about why he left Safer Arizona to go to the MPP. But so here's the video, and that's how it kind of like funneled into this incident. We're gonna watch what's going on and enjoy.
I think you already have. You need more?
Yeah, sure I do.
Okay, because I can get somebody to throw you out and get jerked.
Really, you have the power to throw people out for using your First Amendment, speaking my freedom of speech. Wow, you're an organizer of the event.
Right.
Same guy that asked me for $5 million a few months ago.
Absolutely, yeah. And you know what?
And then stabbed me in the back.
I stabbed you in the back.
Where's the growers' rights? Where are the growers' rights? Where is it?
It's right there.
I've read it. I don't see it.
Then you can't read.
Wow, you've assaulted me, Mr. Mikel Weisser.
Don't do that, Mikel Weisser. That's antagonizing.
Wow, that's the second assault, Mikel Weisser. Why don't you go and have me thrown out now? So that I can have this video put up to the police.
Do some more of this, yeah. Why don't you stop being a jerk? And people would like you better.
No.
I don't know.
I don't need nobody to like me better. I'm a dying patient. Don't give a fuck about you. Because you backstabbed all of us. You stabbed every patient in the state of Arizona in the back and stabbed them.
You can feel okay with what you got yourself into. I didn't do any of that shit.
Yes, you did. You abandoned us and stabbed us.
I came to you with every chance I could. Now you want to keep insulting me?
How did you come to me with every chance you could?
I came to you exactly to your place again and again. Tried to get your attention. I showed you the bills. And we talked about. I gave you 5 hours of my Friday night.
And the bill doesn't
something.
So what they're basically talking about right here is Safe Arizona had approached Gregg Levindowski, the man on the left, who had apparently had these investors interested in funding our campaign initiative. So Mikel Weisser made a proposition to try to get $5 million off of his investor. And so they're talking about that and how that initiative, if they had the $5 million, they were able to pretty much write the ticket, put what we want in the initiative, because our people would be the ones putting in the most money for it. So when he's saying you stabbed Arizona patients in the back, he's talking about when Mikel went to go support the Marijuana Policy Project as opposed to the Arizonans for Mindful Regulation. I'm assuming, but I mean, because that's what happened. He went to go with them and we started to push back, but it continues. Now let's check it out.
I have the bill you sent me and my investor asking for $5 million, and that bill had grow rights in there for grow patients. The bill that you have now is nothing like the bill that we were asked for $5 million.
You didn't give me the money,
give us
did you?
$5 million so you can write your ticket.
You told me.
You told me that. You give me $5 million and you can write your own ticket. That's what we told my investor.
I didn't get my money? No. I didn't get any.
You know
of
what
my
they
money.
said about you? As soon as I sent them the bill, they said, Mikel Weisser, the guy that drives around Scooby-Doo in a van.
I don't know if anybody else has seen what Mikel Weisser drives, but it kind of does look like the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine.
I'm going to give him $5 million of my money, and then he
Then you
wants
shouldn't have taken up my
$10,000 a
goddamn
month
evening, you
to
selfish
run
bastard.
this campaign.
That's not nice. He just called that guy a selfish B-word. I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to censor this. I mean, this show's for anybody, mature audience, 18 and over. But, man, these guys are saying some harsh stuff.
Shouldn't have taken up my fucking evening, you selfish bastard, because I gave you.
You
all
called
the
me.
time
You called me. Where do I got $5 million? Peace.
That was intense.
Is there an argument going on?
So, this is my booth right next door. David, as I said, I let you guys stay here. If I'm gonna get this kind of treatment, I don't need to let you stay here.
I'm just cam recording. Yeah, man, I'm just sitting here trying to watch what's going on, get signatures. This drama happened independent from what I was doing, and I get like, it started pointing fingers at me. Man, whatever. I'm just gonna videotape.
Okay, so I just said that.
I'm media.
Bullshit.
I told him I was media. He knows that I broadcast off SaferArizona.com, and he's got the nerve to say BS? Man, this guy is in for it. And then I respond with something slick like, ooh. Yeah,
Anyway.
don't say that to me. That's not
It
nice.
says attendee, man.
It doesn't matter. I'm SaferArizona.com, Arizona's cannabis legalization activist webcasting network.
not here to-
I'm your host, Dave
Wait a minute.
Wisniewski. That was awesome.
How's it going? You guys okay? No. I'm being confronted by somebody here, and I'm.
It's not me though. I was
asking
just
him to
filming
change
it, and then he
his
started talking to me. Notice people in the background; they're all filming too. This was getting pretty interesting. I'm
Being
just
confronted by this guy, I'm asking him to change his behavior, and that's where we are.
All right, well, we're all here to celebrate. Your friend assaulted me. Let's go there.
And when I saw this motherfucker, I was like, I just want to say hi.
Well, look who it is, Miss Kathy Inman herself. What does she have to say? Coming up, calling me a mother effer.
Dave Weisser.
Dave Weisniewski. Can't even say my name right. It's Wisniewski, just so you know. I say it almost every day on the internet, but if you followed my Facebook page, you might know. Wisniewski, not Weisniewski, and some people say Wisnowski. There's no O in there, by the way. Continuing forward, I wonder what she's got to say.
All I want is for us all to get along.
All she wants is for us all to get along. This coming from the same chick who tweets to Yavapai County prosecuting attorney Sheila Polk that all AZFMR are drug dealers. I even screenshot it. You can see it. AZFMR equals drug dealers. And it's to Sheila Polk, Yavapai County prosecuting attorney. I didn't want to say anything, but I'm just like, okay. I'm gonna play nice, but I don't think you're being genuine.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking any crap. I'm just videotaping.
They're squatting in this booth.
We're on the same
I was trying to with their behavior.
I love you.
Squat in this booth.
I love you.
This is what MPP and their bill has brought to us.
But we have to beat them with signatures because making a scene's not gonna do anything. I understand his frustration, but the answer comes with the votes.
You get the same benefits.
Howdy. Pretty good.
Ew. Who is this? Mr. David Min. Welcome to the party.
So apparently some drama.
Oh yeah, Gregg's upset because he hates the initiative. Huh?
I thought cannabis helped with that.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, maybe we all need to just have a circle, smoke sesh.
No, it's not gonna work. You know, we need a debate. We need for both sides to finally sit down and tell the people the truth. And if they don't tell the truth, don't vote for their initiative.
I'm down with that.
This guy, Mr. Demetrius, he has got some really good information. He's saying we need a debate, and I concur. We need to have the Marijuana Policy Project and the Arizonans for Mindful Regulation talk it out on TV and have the voters say, hey, which one do you like the best?
This segment of the Safer Dave Show is sponsored by Uncle Herb's Health Center in Payson, Arizona, where patients can get their edibles at wholesale price. Find out more information about Uncle Herb's Health Center dispensary at uncleherbshealthcenter.com. Again, that was uncleherbshealthcenter.com.
Truth is, we just need cannabis.
There's no need to argue.
No.
You're making me.
Let's talk about
Right there, that's Mr. Dimitri Downey. He's one of the heads of this whole thing, coming in to try to be the voice of reason if he can. Let's see if he does a good job.
If you were attacked, let's go get the police. Come on.
No, I don't have nothing for him. He didn't even look at that video.
I don't know exactly.
We'll go look at the video outside.
Let's go.
The guy assaulted me.
Let's look at the video.
Well,
Let's go look at the
okay.
video. Let's go look at the video outside.
I think technically any touch can be considered an assault, but I don't
that's
think
ridiculous. Come on.
I don't think any pain was transferred.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's go talk outside.
I'm supposed to get these t-shirts for Robert Clark. I didn't really need this, but whatever. Raw entertainment. So this is Mr. Dimitri Downing. Thanks for putting on this show. Yeah.
We're here to act professionally and behave responsibly.
Yeah, but if some crazy stuff goes down, it's cool to videotape.
Well, but you know, the people shouldn't be screaming, yelling at each other.
Yeah.
And if they're going to continue to scream and yell, they need to leave.
Absolutely.
We can look at the video, and we're going to go look at the video, and we're going to go see what's going on in the video. But please, I don't know you, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that. It's over. It's in the back. Everybody's calm now.
I'm calm.
Everybody can say everybody's calm.
Yeah.
But, you know, if somebody's going to be heated and agitated, they should just probably, you know.
Yeah, this is a professional atmosphere. It's about the industry. I appreciate the industry. I may not like your initiative, but I like what this event does.
It's amazing.
Being a commentator.
Well, you know, I'm a calm voice of reason. I try to do things logically. And what's interesting is that the best thing about the cannabis industry is we don't have to deal with all the freaking drunks there.
Oh, that's a good point.
You know?
No one's. We get in fights, but it's like words.
Although alcohol is here, but it's not, you know.
There's booze here?
Yeah, there is. Over here. This is a Dave. It kind of freaks me out because I love this industry because people are happy and pleasant. And that's the most agitated I've seen somebody in this industry. Now, I used to work in the bar industry.
Well, when you're a patient, you're dying, you have more passion behind what's going on.
Every night in the bar industry, there's like some sort of random brawl in the streets, you know? It's insane because alcohol drives to violence.
Yeah, all right, cool. Well, do you want to look at this, or are we done with this? Because I got to go get some shirts for this guy.
Well, you tell me. Was it an assault? If you think it's an assault, then I'll look at it.
Well, I think legally, if you touch someone, it can count as an assault, but I wouldn't consider I was assaulted by that. But you did touch his shoulder with your finger.
I bumped him the first time, and they said I just assaulted him, so then I touched him on purpose.
Yeah, that was instigation.
Let's let it go then, and we don't need to save the video. If he wants you to email it to me, email me the video, and we'll talk about it later. Okay, thanks, Dave.
All right, cool. Later. Have a good conference, everybody.
So after that happened, there was a short lady who would come up, and I wanted to videotape again with my other camera, and she puts her hand over my camera like I can't record anymore, and she's like, you can't record anymore, and I'm like, why not? You know, and she pretty much tells me that she's the authority and that she's got the authorization to say I can't record anymore. So I'm like, okay, I put the camera down.
And then I said, well, whatever you want. And then at the end, after talking for a couple minutes, he says you can stay right there.
Yeah, that's not nice.
You can't videotape.
Why not?
Because I'm standing right here.
Phoenix Convention Center has permission to deny videotaping.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I don't care if you videotape me, but don't videotape her.
And after I put the camera down, they're all saying, oh, Safe Arizona, you guys don't actually have your exhibitor passes. And I'm like, no, we don't have our exhibitor passes. So they're like, you guys can't collect signatures anymore. You guys got to go outside or something if you want to collect signatures. And like Mikel Weisser was all like getting happy, and Kathy was all happy that we were getting kicked out of being exhibitors. And then out of nowhere, out of the blue, Rory comes out like a champion. I heard music playing and lights coming from the heavens like, oh. And Rory's like, I'm in charge here. Safe Arizona, you guys can come over here. What's up, Safer Dave? How's it going? And we met. It was a great experience. And he just wanted to keep the peace and allowed us to be exhibitors on the opposite side of the conference. So there was no real drama involved. But really, it wasn't like Safer Arizona versus Norml. It was a patient upset about the MPP's initiative having a confrontation with Mikel Weisser. So that was kind of interesting, but it all turned out to be great. We ended up having our own spot at the other side of the conference, and we got lots of signatures, and we were able to meet a lot of awesome people.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Safer Dave Show at SaferArizona.com, Arizona's cannabis legalization activist webcasting network. I am here at the Southwest Cannabis Conference and Expo with Mr. Jason Hine. He is the assistant manager of the Arizonans for Mindful Regulation initiative to get cannabis legalization on the Arizona 2016 election ballot. How you doing?
Very good.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to kind of ask you a couple of questions because I haven't been here too long. So, could you tell us about your experience here? What kinds of things you've been seeing, and what do you think about this whole expo?
I think it's good for the industry to get out in the mainstream and get an event where the public can come in and see the businesses that are operating, and looks good.
Awesome. So, how many signatures have we here, and how many are we at for the entire campaign?
We are approaching 30,000, and we need 150,000.
We want to give a big shout out to the Southwest Cannabis Conference and Expo for giving us a booth so we can collect signatures for the Arizonans for Mindful Regulation. We're out here working hard with this awesome t-shirt. Yes, on I-14 2016, time to legalize Arizona. I support AZFMR, Arizona Citizens for Mindful Regulation.
Thank you, Rory.
Yes, thank you, Rory, helping us out, hooking us up. We are excited to be here. This is a really awesome place, a lot going on. So, yeah.
It brings to Arizona the culture. I mean, you have the industry of smoking pot, people growing, weed, having dispensaries, but there's all these different peripheral businesses that support the cannabis industry. People can get employment in and be a part of the industry that way, but it's also the culture that we're bringing. I mean, people are able to come out and congregate and talk about this network in public, and it's a cool feeling because that's something that we weren't able to do just 6-7 years ago. It's something that's going on now, and we're going to continue the trend. So you want to get into the cannabis industry, these things are good to go to. But that's pretty much the show for today. I'm going to wrap it up. Next time we're going to talk to cannabis defense attorney Tom Dean about the 25-mile illusion, and we're also going to touch on how the police officers are not even following the law, they're breaking the law to arrest cannabis growers. Till next time, this was the Safer Dave Show at SaferArizona.com. Thank you.